Fantastic.
What is up, YouTube? I am back with another video. Finally, I feel like I say this every time I get on here. I'm inconsistent. At this point, that's my brand. Inconsistency. But I want to get better at it. But I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all because this has been a minute. I ain't really been too much on social media like that for real. I haven't been posting as much. I mean, I post on my Instagram story here and there and like scroll through Twitter and stuff. But I've just been taking a lot of time to myself and just doing a lot of inner work and reflecting about me and what's going on in my life. So it's 2022, and honestly, I feel like at this point, if you're not on it, I don't know what to tell you. You need to get on it. Everybody loving on themselves, and I love it, and I'm here for it. This is what I've been waiting for. Self-love. Everybody need to get into it. I just wanted to share with y'all some things that I've learned on my self-love journey. Me personally, I've created a list, just some things that I've thought of over between the last time I've been on here and now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and talk about just some things that I have learned on my self-love journey, because it really is a journey. And I'm not talking about just like, you know, the parts of yourself that you share on social media that are all like kicks and giggles that everyone loves to see, but really like the deep stuff that you may not share with everybody, or just those thoughts where you just come to these realizations where it's just like you look at yourself and you're like, okay, well, these are the things that I have to change within myself on my own to become the person that I want to be and create a better life for myself. And these are just some of the things that I came up with, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So let's get into it. Number one is take things and people for what they are and not what they have the potential to be. I say this because when you do this, you kind of set unrealistic expectations for people, and then when they don't live up to them, you kind of leave a lot of room for disappointment. And 9 times out of 10, that is the result of setting unrealistic expectations for people, especially when it's things that they like never promised you or they just don't owe you, because we all are free people. We all have free will. We can do what we want to do. No one owes you anything. You don't owe anyone anything. And you just have to experience everything for what it is and not what you think it should be, because every time what you think should be isn't always what should. So take things for what it is. Be transparent. Enjoy the moment, but be realistic and take things for what they are. Don't create imaginary like scenarios in your head of how you think things should play out, and just take it for what it is. Enjoy the moment, live, and enjoy every moment as it comes. Because when you set these expectations, you don't even give yourself to the room to enjoy the beauty and just the moment. Like when you're setting these expectations, everything has to go like this and this and this and this. God and the universe work in mysterious ways, and if you try to resist because of what you feel should be right, it just creates a lot of tension and confusion. Just go with the flow. Let it be what it is. It is what it is. Number 2 is when people show you their true colors, believe them. I say this because it has a lot to do with the people that you surround yourself with. I feel like when you start to really reflect on yourself, you do a lot of reflecting on the people around you. This is family, your friends. You go back and think about your upbringing, your childhood, all of that. So when you have I feel like when you have disagreements with people and they lash out and they disrespect you and they call you out of your name, I feel like when people do these are the things that they wanted to say to you the whole time. So when people show you their true colors, believe them. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt, because when you do this, you just set yourself up to be disappointed further, because this person has already showed you what they're about. So Why not take it as such and let it be what it is? Like, this will save you so much stress and so much disappointment from people, because once you start excusing things from people that you know that you're not okay with, the cycle just continues. And then, my bad, y'all, I had to move. That glare from that mirror was killing me. But anyway, where'd my phone go? We're just gonna go to the next one because I don't remember what I was saying. Number 3 is everything is temporary and detachment is necessary. And I wrote a whole little spiel. Everything is temporary and we all die someday. Holding on to things longer than we need to creates stagnant energy blockages in our lives that don't allow new blessings to come. I strongly believe that when you hold on to things longer than you need to, you don't even give yourself the room to think about the new blessings that come. When something is taken from you, don't think that the universe and God and it's not going to be replaced. When something is taken from you, it's never in vain. If something is taken from you or removed from your life, it is so that something better and an upgrade can come. So don't hold on to these things longer than you need to. When you attach yourself to things to the point where you can't detach from them, you give so much power to them, it keeps you trapped in a cycle of disappointment and not getting the things you want out of these things when it wasn't even for you to begin with. So you have to be able to detach when it's necessary, or else you give your power completely to these things that you're attached to. It's the same as like when people have drug addictions, alcohol addictions, porn addiction, weed addiction. Like, weed, people don't tell you that weed can be addicting, but sometimes you really gotta sit back and be like, okay, I gotta chill. Because you give so much power to these things and you become attached, and then you find yourself like, you wake up, gotta hit the blunt. Middle of the day, gotta hit the blunt. Like, that's not healthy. Like, smoke in moderation when you're not doing nothing, when you have your free time. But if you like can't function throughout your day without doing these things, that's when you know that you've attached yourself too much to these. You have to be able to detach and just be you and just be your own vessel without these other things that are separating you from you, really, because that's what it is when you attach to something, because it's usually something outside of yourself. Number 4 is you give power to the things that you don't like by focusing on them too much. I strongly believe this. I've literally heard people say, like, you can manifest your dreams and the things that you want for yourself or other people just by thinking about them too much. I feel like if it's something that you don't like or somebody that you don't like, why are you sitting up just thinking about them? Like, of course, like, wish them the best, but like to just sit and I hate this person, this, that, and third. Like, don't think about them. When you think these negative thoughts, it literally just manifests it into your reality. And then what? Out of sight, out of mind to the things that you don't like, and just worry about the good things. And then those things will subconsciously manifest themselves into your everyday reality. I would rather manifest the good things than the bad things and these people that I don't like coming back into my life from Mercury retrograde. Who felt that? Ain't nobody coming back in my life, Mercury. Cause yeah, I'm not giving my power to these things and people that I don't like. If I don't like you, I have better things to worry about. Number 5 is you don't have to take disrespect from people to keep the peace. And when I say this, I like don't allow people to speak to you disrespectfully, but you also don't have to stoop down to people's level. You can keep your composure and be the bigger person still, but you don't have to take people's disrespect. Like, just to keep the peace. If somebody's doing something that you don't agree with, or overextending your boundaries, or what be it, speak up. Like, if something's making you uncomfortable, speak up. Like, you don't have to sit in discomfort for the comfort of other people. And the next one is putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's necessary. I literally live by this. I strongly believe this. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to extend an olive branch to take care of somebody or do anything for anybody else that you care about, because you have to give to yourself first. And honestly, I feel like it's necessary. It's not selfish to put you first. You have to do that because no one else is going to do that. Your parents maybe when you're not 18 yet, but after that, like, it's really all you. So you got to put yourself first. I hate to say it, but the way like some people are set up, it should be community between all of us, but everybody is really for themselves. So the least you can do is make sure you good before you burn out. And this is in pertinence to people, relationships, jobs. You got to make sure you straight first. You can't pour from an empty cup, or else you're gonna be running on burnout, and then you ain't gonna be able to give nothing at all, because you gotta really pull yourself up out the ground, and nobody's gonna do that for you either. So you might as well just make sure you good and then worry about the extra stuff, right? And the next one is you shouldn't have to minimize yourself to make other people feel comfortable. And this goes to say, like, the people who love you and are in alignment with you are gonna love you as your authentic self, and you won't have to show up as anything other than that. People who are really for you are gonna love you as you come and encourage you to grow as an individual. But somebody who loves you isn't gonna be trying to change you for you to fit an image that they set for you, or an unrealistic expectation that they expect you to live up to. So just be you. Like, authenticity is key. The next one is trust your intuition and don't let lack of self-trust put you in a negative situation that could have been avoided if you just believed in yourself. If you have a gut feeling about something, just go with your gut. Even if, like, this goes for anything. If you have a bad feeling about it, or you're hesitant about something, sit and meditate on it and think about it and make the decision for yourself. Trust your intuition. She won't lead you wrong, I promise. Like, usually, like, if you have a gut feeling about something, like, and it's truly your intuition, you should follow it, because even if it may not be the best decision for everybody involved, it's probably the best decision for you. So you need to do what's best for you. And this goes in pertaining to what I just said, where you have to put yourself first. The next one is you have to discern intuition from trauma responses. I know this can be difficult when it's pertaining to, like, relationships, friendships, and stuff, but you have to give yourself that room to grow and be able to understand, just from, like, knowing yourself, the difference between what's fear and what's your intuition. Because your fear, like, fear will really, like, have you out here fucked up thinking, like, some crazy shit going on, and it's really just, like, your subconscious fucking with you. But you got to be able to discern, like, your intuition from your trauma responses and fear, because it's so easy to get the two mixed up. So I say, just honestly, you really got to learn yourself, like, on a deeper level, to be able to understand, like, where what these trauma responses are rooted in. You have to, in order to heal trauma, you have to, like, start at the root of what caused that. Hold on 1 second. My bad, y'all. My boyfriend called me. He just got off work, and he about to come over in a little bit so we can watch Euphoria. That show is crazy. That show is crazy. I'm not even on cap, but it's good as hell. I feel like it should have been in a college setting, but honestly, it's still a good ass show to me. Zendaya, here's all your flowers. Zendaya act her ass off in Euphoria, but don't be coming over here like, I don't like when people be on Twitter and they just, like, spoil the whole show. Like, dang, like, it come on at, like, 10 on Sunday night. I gotta work. I gotta be up 6:30 sharp the next morning. I can't even scroll through Twitter on a Monday while I'm at work on my lunch break because y'all want to spoil it. But I ain't even gonna get into it. We're gonna get back into these notes. That's all I want to say. The next one is you don't have to share everything with everyone. And I really stand by this because, like, I'm a pretty private person. Like, I have a select, like, few people that I'm comfortable sharing certain things with, but as far as, like, sharing everything that goes on in my life and my personal life with everyone, that's never really been, like, a me thing, unless you're, like, really close with me. And even then, I probably, like, I won't share everything. And like, this isn't even to be like, it's not the same as being secretive, because being secretive is different than being private, because being secretive is like when you're keeping something from someone if it has something to do with them or it affects them in some way. But like certain things that go on in my life that really don't have effect to like certain people, and like, there's nothing wrong with me or anything, I don't really feel like it's always necessary to share those things with certain people. It's not the same as being secretive. It's just to ensure that you don't like trauma dump or like emotional dump on people, because that can be a lot, because you never know what people have the capacity to take on at that time. You can't just be dumping on people. I personally recently have started therapy because I just feel like personally there's things in my life that I know I can speak to the people that I love and like that care about me, about what goes on with me, but there's certain things that I deal with that I feel like the way I want to go about healing from it, I would need to speak to someone who's a professional and who's also doesn't know me personally, to already have formed an opinion on who I am, and someone who's just there to assist me in moving forward with my healing journey and these things that I go to therapy for. There's nothing wrong with therapy at all either. I hate that stigma that there's something wrong with therapy. I feel like all of us need a little bit of therapy, especially if you live in America. We need free therapy. I need somebody to advocate for that, because the next one is don't take on other people's problems. This is one that I really struggled with. There was like, there was a point in time where I felt like when I got close to people, I kind of had to like take on their problems or always be the person that was there for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with being there for your friends at all. But when it's to the point where you're overextending yourself, especially to people who aren't there for you when you need things, I've said this in a previous video. You ain't gotta bend over backwards for nobody. Like, you don't have to take on other people's problems. Sometimes, like I've noticed, when you take on other people's problems, it enables you to be a scapegoat for when they don't want to take accountability for the things that they cause in their own lives. And this isn't to say like people don't have like real life stuff that goes on, but there are situations where it's just like some people create problems for themselves and they don't want to take accountability, so they go and complain and they dump their issues on all their friends, and they're not really doing anything to proactively better their situation. It just, in the end, it just leaves you feeling super drained, and I honestly feel like that's so self-sabotaging. You shouldn't do that to yourself. If you know, like, hey, I can't take this on right now, don't take on other people's problems. Like, you have your own stuff to deal with. You can't deal with your load and stare down the streets. Like, no, it doesn't. It's not gonna work like that, because then you're just gonna be burnt out and you're gonna be super drained, and then you're just not even gonna want to be around that person anymore, because you're gonna be like, damn, why every time I come around you just emotionally dump on me? We don't have nothing else to talk about. Like, and it's not like to say don't be there for your friends. Be there for your friends, but don't be anyone's scapegoat for their problems that aren't your responsibility. And the last one is to assert boundaries, and people who can't respect them and get mad about it, that tells you everything you need to know about that person. The right people for you want you to feel comfortable and won't pressure you to do or partake in things that overextend your boundaries. Point blank. That's just how I feel. Assert boundaries, and if they don't like them, fuck them. Don't let people overextend your boundaries. You have to do that for yourself. Someone with no boundaries, you are liable to get fucked over. You are bait for narcissists. Like, someone with no boundaries, you have to set boundaries to keep yourself protected. And that's not to say build a wall and don't let anyone get close to you, but do stand up for yourself. If there's things that you won't stand for or you don't like, assert these boundaries. You don't have to partake in anything that you don't like to stroke someone else's ego. Period. Alright, y'all, that is it for this video. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. I want to be posting on here more consistently, but I work and I do a bunch of other stuff and I just live a regular life. So I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, but it's all love and I'm all good. And next time I come on here, it's gonna be good and we gonna have something else interesting to talk about, or I'm gonna show y'all some interesting part of my life. But thank y'all for listening to just these things that I've learned on my self love journey. It really has been a journey, as it is for everyone, and it is highly personal to each person individually. So I just wanted to share with y'all these things that I've learned so far, and hopefully y'all can take from them and learn some things, and go ahead and share some things that you've learned on your self-love journey, because I know we can all learn from each other. So thank you guys for watching.